Do you live in the US and want fast, fresh and tasty meals without the hassle of shopping or all that hard work preparation? Well, don't you worry, as a lazy man, I've got you covered. Try America's #1 meal kit service, HelloFresh, and get yourself fresh, pre-portioned ingredients delivered direct to your door. So why not eat well, stay healthy, and avoid the cost of regular takeout by trying HelloFresh? Just click the link in the description below for a special limited time discount and free shipping as well. Enjoy. Well, it's only January in our first Premier League season with Crystal Palace, but I've got a feeling that this episode might decide our fate this season. It's 16th v 17th in the first game today, then it's transfer deadline day. We have got to get ourselves above this dotted line. We are not far clear at the moment, and with the wrong result today, we could be in big trouble. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 72 of the Head Coach with me, Daniel. We are back today, as you can see. Well, you can't see, that's the problem. We're so low in the Premier League table at the moment that we are behind my head for now, and we play another side behind them today. It is 17th v 16th, Norwich v Palace. This could be a crucial decider. We've also got transfer deadline day. We've got a change of tactic, which has looked more promising until the weekend. So if you're looking forward to all of that, then please do put a thumbs up on it. We haven't had any players into the club yet at senior level this month, albeit a couple of fringe players have left. So this is going to come down to a massive week. In the space of 3 days, we face Norwich and Watford away. If we get 2 wins, we'll start looking at mid-table. If we lose both of them, relegation's on the cards. Let's go and start though by having a look at the transfers so far. It's been a quiet month, to be fair, at the moment. There is one player that may well be coming in that I'm excited about. Dario Sarmiento has been in discussions for about a week and a half now at 27. 5 million from Midtjylland. He looks a good player, probably an upgrade on what we've got. And he's barely Premier League level, so that shows you why we're struggling. But he would be someone that would be valued in this team. And he's a player in form that's played in a Premiership. That's something we've got to take into account. A couple of youngsters potentially coming into the club, but that of course is up to Dougie Freedman, a director of football, and then a couple of others that have agreed to leave the club and will be joining new teams at the end of the season. In terms of our transfer history though this month, one signing on the 19th of January is Kinley Gibb, a 17-year-old fullback from Kilmarnock. He's not great, is he? It's about 40 grand. It is a future signing that probably won't come off. In terms of outs, a couple of first team squad players go. Harry Lewis, the third choice keeper, 165 grand to Stoke. He'd already said he was going to leave at the end of the season, so fair play to Dougie, it did make sense. And then the second one is Abdoulaye Traore. He leaves on loan, again wanted football. He's gone to Angers in France, and we'll see how he gets on there. Not the best player, but was doing a job in the squad on the bench some weeks. But it's important that we get those unhappy players out, that we keep the dynamics all right as they are now. We've got Florin Mitran who wants to go, but he's now a star player in our new tactic. And of course, there's a few others that are nowhere near either. But there is a big finish to this window coming. We need to get players in. But the problem is £6 million and 50 grand on the wage budget. That's why he's going for Sarmiento. He's the best of what's available at his budget. And that isn't good enough for us at the minute. So let's have a look at the schedule and what's been going on, because it's not actually been a bad run, to be fair. Only 2 defeats in our last 5 Premier League games, albeit the last one was the biggest one by 5-1 at Newcastle. We have managed to pick up some points. We've actually played worse though since changing tactic, which I find a little bit weird. We'll have a look at it in a moment and how it's set up, but I found it really bizarre that we've been very much outplayed in matches now. We've had far less of the ball, but we seem to be creating odd better chances on the counter, so maybe it's something we've got to stick with. We beat West Ham 1-0. It was a late goal from Guy Vaknin. It was a jump out of your chair moment. And if you look at those stats above my head now, it was not a deserved victory at all. 15 shots to 3, 60% of the ball for West Ham, but we took our chance and we got ourselves the win. We then beat bottom side Burnley in the 91st minute. Experienced playmaker Lincoln off the bench making something happen after Guy Vaknin had got another early goal. A disappointing 1-0 defeat at Southampton, a 1-0 away win at Reading in the FA Cup. They were struggling in the Championship and Rajkovic was man of the match, basically. And against Chelsea, a really good 1-1 draw. Giovanni Reyna cancelled out Mitran's early goal. And then 5-1 at Newcastle. I took a gamble, let's be honest. I basically rotated the whole team. We made sure that we had people fit for these 2 games this week. But then it just went disastrously. 4-0 down in half an hour. A ridiculous red card from Alvin Malaki. Dived into a stupid tackle when the game was gone. But Joey Keating got one. We were awful, but everyone's fit now. So let's hope that as people build their fitness, as we get people back for this one, we might be in better nick. Because these 2 games are massive. After that, we've got the FA Cup, then Arsenal, Manchester United and Liverpool and City in the 5 games after. It's a disastrous spell. So let's just make sure we get some points. We start that spell against Norwich today. Watford in action against Villa and 2 others in the bottom half as well. This is now about looking below us. If we can win this game, it gives us a little bit of leeway. At the moment, the gap is 3 points. This is essentially our game in hand. And if Norwich win it, it's one more team to pull away from us. Incidentally, they bought in Troy Parrott, who we tried to sign in the summer. Remember Dougie going for him early on their line day. But he's gone to Norwich. He's doing well there. And this is the team that I've gone for. John Buckley not quite back to fitness yet, so he stays on the bench, or off the bench for this one, sorry. Our first 11, though, is back in, and I don't think any of them started in the game on Sunday. So it's Rajkovic in goal. Couto and Kelleher the fullbacks with Richards and Pulido as centre-half. Castro, Davis, Pasalic the midfield 3. Gibbs-White drops out just because Davis bit more solid away from home. And then Ribeiro and Mitran the wingers. Vaknin on his own up front. He is the only player in that starting 11 to score more than 2 this year. Let's go and get through to it. Norwich v Palace. I'm not sure I'm going to want to watch this game, but we cross our fingers. We're in a new basic 4-3-3. We're playing balance. We're playing down the left, down the right, trying to get it wide, get the ball in as service to Vaknin, play a bit of a higher tempo game and try and counter teams at speed. It's worked better in terms of creating good chances, but obviously it's meant we've had to surrender some of the dominance in matches too. And with a squad that's largely over 30s, that's an issue. We have got Castro into the midfield now, which gives us that bit of youth. With Pasalic and Davis in their 30s, the 2 centre-halves as well. This is a tricky ask. Let's see if we can get a result at Norwich. Anything other than a defeat is okay, and a win would be really welcome. We've not been great on the road this year. Let's see if that changes now. Well, one change for this Norwich side today, and look at the familiar names in there. Kepa in goal, Colwill, a former Chelsea youngster as well, Sonny Perkins, Brendan Aronson, and then Troy Parrott, of course, too. Ethan Laird on the bench, Biereth on the bench, another good striker. This is a decent team Norwich have got. I'd argue on paper it's better than ours. It's certainly more youthful in areas, and that is a big concern for us because we've got to compete for relegation against them, and I'm not sure we're the better side. We're going to go balanced. The Carrow Road crowd will be buzzing. But let's see if we can put them to the sword. Guy Vaknin, I need a counter-attacking special. Well, a very quiet 25 minutes to start this game. And here we go down the left with Kelleher to Mitran. This is a good chance, this. The cross is poor. He had time to pick out a man there and just sort of try to float it in. Really not good enough technically this side. As Jones gets the ball back to Lovato again and Bogard. Brings it forward, carries it downfield. And again, they just look fitter than us. We don't really have those legs in the team. And Bogard again able to keep it. Not sure why he went back to the keeper there, but they're confident enough on the ball. And this is something we've had to get used to in recent weeks, particularly in this new tactic. We've not got the ball as much, and we've also got ridiculous defensive errors. I mean, the goalkeeper's come flying out. The defensive line is all over the shop. Drop off more? I don't think so. The goal's awarded. 1-0 Norwich. First shot on target of the game. I said it a couple of times in the last 2 episodes. I genuinely feel in this save, this might be our sacking. This might be where it goes wrong. I think I've bitten off more than I can chew. I should have read those media reports. We haven't got the team to compete. And yes, I know it's been mentioned in the comments a couple of times. I could go to the ridiculous overpowered gegenpress tactic. But you wouldn't do that with this team. It's like doing what Liverpool are doing in real life at the minute, and you'll end up underperforming. I want to try and play authentically. We've got a team of largely over 30s. How the centre-half there is the best player on the pitch, I don't know. But let's get into the second half. We've got most of them motivated at least. Let's try and do something here because we're going to have to go positive. And I know it's backfired a lot of the time this year. You guys talk about it a lot in the comments. Every time I've gone positive, Even when I started that way against Burnley, they then outplayed us. As Ribeiro gets in, we nick one in pretty much the same way we conceded. An average ball over the top, the defender gets caught, keeper in no man's land, and Ribeiro, he was on a goal drought that was very long. So let's now go and try and win this. A good manager would probably settle in and take the point. I'm not going to do it. We've got 20 to go. I'm going to encourage the lads. We'll give it 5 more minutes. Then we'll go and make a couple of changes. Although Davis is struggling in midfield there. He's nervous for some reason. Kelleher's still working his way back from injury. So Lodi's on. We're also going to go for... Can Williams play left back naturally? No, he's going to play there. We're also going to go for Davis off and Morgan Gibbs-White on. Good boost to have Grom back as well. He'll come onto the pitch on the left wing. He'll replace Mitran there, and he will be an inverted winger on support. Ribeiro has now picked up a yellow card, and I do not trust him one bit. So Lincoln will come on. He's been a late saviour before this season, and we'll make sure he's a winger on support here. I'm looking at the last change. It could be Castro. He's looking nervous. Do I bring on the penalty conceder in Nicolau? I think I'm going to have to. He's going to go in the holding role. He's actually rated better there, but we know his record with penalties. If he gives one away, I'm never going to forgive myself. Let's make sure we don't let one in now. Short free kick. We almost got robbed there. Richard's the only one to react to it. Then he nearly gives it away, but it's a big clearance to Grombach. Forward you go. Gibbs-White's up. Oh, he's offside. You could see that a mile off. You had acres of space to carry the ball into. Why did you turn back? Oh, so silly. Couto nicks it again. Big ball towards Vaknin. He's one-on-one. This is the chance. Guy Vaknin's put it wide. Oh, that's a great opportunity. They're not going to get better than that. And the man that we've banked on to keep us up has missed the golden opportunity. Had to score, and that's the difference between safety and being in trouble towards the end. It remains 1-1. It finishes as a point. Now it's through the deadline day. Maybe another striker's needed after that. Back in a moment to see what happens. Well, here we are. Transfer deadline day is upon us. And there's not much happening here because we don't really have a budget. We're considering a move apparently for Alexis Becker. He looks a decent midfielder. I'd take him at 29 years of age. Sampdoria have been linked with Chris Richards, who I'd rather not lose as a first choice centre-half. And to be fair, if the other one goes through for Sarmiento, it might well be a decent day. But let's just go and take part. We've got a match tomorrow. We really want to get a player in before then. I'm not sure how we're signing that guy for 31 million, and we've only got 6 left to spend. Let's see if anyone leaves the club. Hopefully it will only be reserve or fringe players. Let's take part. 15 hours for Dougie Freedman. Now today, do not let me down, Dougie. Well, hasn't it been a good first 5 hours of deadline day? Can you sense my sarcasm at all? Because Dario Sarmiento has rejected us for rivals Brighton. They are up in 7th at the minute. They've come in and poached the player. They've offered more wages than we can afford as well. It was really difficult. In his reasoning, he said that he thinks Brighton's squad is stronger than ours. He's certainly not an idiot, I'll give him that. We've also had an offer in for Mitran, who is currently the first choice left winger. That's been rejected because it was a loan with none of his wage. That's very odd. And now there's an offer for Hollis, who is nowhere near the same quality. It is 875 grand up front, rising to 1.1 million. He is a right winger and striker, so can't play off the left, which is where we need someone. And if we have a look at him, he's okay. He's a traditional winger. He's actually left-footed, so we'd have to change our whole game plan and play very narrow. So I'm not sure he's the one we want, but he does add depth. At least he's a decent player for the money. But it really is frustrating. Young Jordan Cousin has joined our under-21s for $500,000. He's not particularly good, but might reach Championship/Premier League level. And if we go through the rest of the day, the Hollis offer's accepted. He's not quite as good as the one we might have got, but with 10 hours to go, we now just want someone. Well, I guess I should just be grateful that we have a new signing, because Graham Hollis at 25, a little bit younger, has joined the club. I guess I liken him to maybe Storinsky out there, who's not really getting much football. And we have got great right wingers and strikers coming back next year. But this guy, he's going to do a job for us, I think. He comes in at 3-star ability according to the coaches. There is one place in the squad for him. He is homegrown in the nation and he's decent enough. So we'll get Tom Davis to come and welcome him. And now with 8 hours to go, the question is, will we lose anyone? Probably not, because there's not many wanted. Only Ribeiro, who's wanted by 2 clubs abroad, and Chris Richards, who is wanted by Sampdoria. And are we going to be able to sign anyone else? Well, the transfers would suggest no, because 5 million left and next to no wage budget. You're not getting many Premier League players for that money, are you? 8 hours remaining. Let's just cross our fingers. We need a Dougie Freedman miracle. Well, literally nothing else happened for the rest of the day. One more offer for Mitram was rejected because it didn't have much of a loan contribution. A few players moaning that they were transfer listed by request and didn't get sold, like Rob Holding, but if clubs don't come in for them, what can I do? Graham Hollis is the only player to join the club both on deadline day and in the window in its entirety. 2 players out in Traore and Lewis. Are we stronger than when we went into the window? I'm not that sure, to be honest. Less than $1 million spent and received, it really isn't big work. And it's not just the fact that we haven't improved that much. It's the fact that other clubs have gone forward and put in big money and investments. So if we look, for example, Bournemouth, they're what, 3 or 4 places above us at the minute? Where are they? They are 13th place, 5 points above us. Bournemouth have gone in 22.5 million. Bang, here's an Inter Milan striker in his prime. That's what we haven't got at the moment. We cannot compete in bringing in good players, even with Bournemouth. Brighton are poaching our best stars that we're trying to sign, even as squad players. It's become an infuriating window. We've got no financial muscle at this level. We've not really got the quality in the squad at the minute. And if we look at the transfer window as a whole, you can see of the clubs that are signing players down there, we're investing a lot less than the others. Watford have gone 5 million for someone. Norwich haven't really invested, in fairness. But we are one of those that is lagging behind. So that could make it tricky in the battle for survival. For now, though, let's go and have a look at the schedule, because we've got to work with what we've got. And there are signs that we're improving with that tactic. We're looking a little bit better defensively. Apart from that disastrous Newcastle game, we've not let in more than 1 in a game since the last episode against Leeds. The Norwich performance was all right. We should have won it in stoppage time. It was a glorious chance. But now we've got Watford and then a horror run of fixtures. So what we're going to do is get through them, and then we are going to come back. I think we'll go for Bournemouth and Brighton, and then we'll see if we need to show the last 2 of the season as well, because it's going to depend on how close or far away we are. But in the meantime, that is a very frustrating January window. It's still frustrating even though we're getting results, to be honest. We don't look like a good team. It feels like one of those seasons that we've just got to get through, and I've been saying that a lot this year. We've got squads that are generally underdogs, that aren't the highest quality in their division, and we're having to play a way that I don't naturally like to as a manager. So I'm wondering if, a bit like we did last season with Ipswich, we get to this summer, we hopefully get some younger players from Dougie, and then just say, look, bring back those low knees, let's go for it and play attacking football and try and work teams. Play that sort of high pressing style with good young players. Maybe then it will work out. But let me know your thoughts on all of that, the performance at Norwich, the big chance missed at the end, and of course the one signing on deadline day. If you did enjoy the episode, please do put a thumbs up on it. And of course, let me know, do you think we'll survive, or are we yet going to get dragged back into it? We are currently, 4 points clear of the relegation zone. Only 6 points off 12th, in fairness. It could go either way. Let me know which you think it will be. If you want to stay up to date for the rest of the season and find out, subscribe and turn that notification bell on. You can find links in the eye above to all the other playlists, including the Build a Nation, which will be back tomorrow. We had a big summer transfer special yesterday in that. You can find it up there if you haven't seen it already. There's also links to the football podcast, the Twitch channel, and the blog story as well. All of those up there. And do check out the sponsor in the description if you're in the US, HelloFresh. Give it a try. It does help support the channel. And of course, it will help you with some good food too. But thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it as always. I'll see you back here for more relegation 6-pointers in a couple of days' time with Crystal Palace.